Ken Wilber's four quadrants: the individual, the collective, and the interior and the exterior, which forms these four quadrants: individual interior, individual exterior, collective interior, collective exterior. So the upper left quadrant can be simply described as being. This quadrant focuses on an individual's internal subjective experiences, such as thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and values. It's labeled being because these elements constitute the core of an individual's sense of self and inner world. And then the upper right quadrant, the individual exterior, I call that doing. The doing quadrant represents an individual's observable behaviors, actions, and skills. It includes the tangible, measurable aspects of a person's life, such as their physical health, habits, and performance, etc. And then the lower left quadrant, the interior of the collective, I simply call that being together because it explores the shared intersubjective space between individuals, including our shared experience. And then in the lower right quadrant, the exterior of the collective, I call doing together. Because after all, what else is a system except for things doing something together? It's not just a group of things or a group of holons that are doing their own things. That's not a system. That's sort of chaos. It's when they do things together, when they coordinate their efforts, right? That becomes a system, which is the lower right quadrant, which represents the collective exterior systems and structures that support and organize human interaction, such as laws, institutions, economic systems, and environmental realities. Okay, so we're starting off with these four very, very simple kind of dimensions of ourselves and of our relationships: being, doing, being together, doing together. So now we go from four quadrants to the 8 horizons. How do we do that? It's actually very simple. Let's just look at each one of these from the inside and from the outside. In other words, let's look at being from a first person point of view and a third person point of view. Let's look at doing from a first person point of view and a third person point of view, etc. And when we do that, that takes us from four quadrants to the 8 zones.